If you are headed up to the Capitol at all to maybe participate in a session or just observe in general excitement, there's another opportunity to learn about Utah's history. 2020 actually marks 100 years since the United States gave women the right to vote.
Wow. But women in Utah were involved in the political process long before the 19th Amendment was passed. Kadey Kia actually breaks down the history for us and how the state is celebrating this landmark anniversary.
From the first woman to cast a vote to the first female senator, the exhibit going on here at the state capitol is honoring 50 trailblazers who made a big impact in 150 years of women's suffrage.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words.
I think every part of the portrait is really important to us. We wanted to tell a whole story.
And if these illustrations could talk,
she had new ideas. She wasn't afraid of going against the norm.
They tell a 150-year history of women's advocacy in the state of Utah. But it's a history not many know about.
We realized that there was no women's history in our Utah state history courses.
To combat this issue, the organization Better Days 2020 and illustrator Brooke Smart got to work.
So we took it upon ourselves to go back to the primary source material and tell this story for the first time.
Then we had to really talk about historical accuracy in each piece.
And after 2 years of research, sketching, and watercolor, Utah's rich women's history now covers the walls of the Capitol building.
And I would think, oh, she's my new favorite. And then I would do another one and, research another one. And then I would think, no, she's my new favorite.
In 1870, 50 years before the 19th Amendment was ratified, Utah became the second U.S. territory to grant women the right to vote. And on February 14th, they showed.
So that's not just Utah's first female vote. It's actually the whole nation's first female vote.
School teacher Sarah Young filled out her ballot and became the first white woman to legally vote in a public election. But Utah's women's history and advocacy continued well beyond that point, creating a long list of female superheroes.
So Emmeline Wells is my personal hero.
And while it was decades later before all women were allowed to vote, Better Days 2020 made sure they'd be well represented today.
We have women from all 9 Native tribes represented in this exhibit, which we're really proud of.
From powerful women in Utah's Native American tribes to leading ladies in Asian American and African American history.
We have Alice Kasai, who was in the Japanese internment camps in World War II. We have Alberta Henry, who was president of the NAACP here in Salt Lake City.
So while they may just look like pictures on a wall to some,
these women have taught us that we can overcome these hard things, and even with tons of opposition.
The women in these photos carry the torch for not only Utah women, but every woman alive today.
Along the way, those were just milestones to a fight that continues today.
You and your family can visit the exhibit now through December, and it's free to the public. Back to you guys.